right there was a very, this is what I mean by very bad decisions, is that this whole entire time, Islam's never thrown he's never done a shot. So typically when you do double flying knee or you do any flying knee, you want to jump into them, not jump up, right? So he does this weird flying knee right here, right? And it almost landed, but it just, I think in the second round, I just don't think there was a right option. It was a right choice to do. Welcome back, boys. We got a brand new breakdown video for you. Charles Oliveira versus Islam Makhachev. Now, these two guys are probably the best in the division at the lightweight. I go back and forth. You guys might hate me on the lightweight GOAT. Okay, everybody has Khabib, and I have Khabib too, but I have a strong argument that Charles Oliveira is that GOAT in the lightweight division. I'm going to tell you why while the video is being loaded up and Bruce Buffer is doing his thing. But once again, ladies and gentlemen, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, subscribe. Also, hit the bell to know when we go live, and let's give this video a breakdown. The reason why I feel Charles Oliveira is, man, the lightweight GOAT is you look at the people he's fought and his fighting style. The only thing I think Charles does that I'm not the biggest fan of is that sometimes he makes the wrong decision when he fights. I watch Charles fight almost every single time I'm at the gym lifting weights because he is always on replay. So he is one of the lightweights I see all the time. Now, you look at the stuff he's done. He can strike, he can grapple, he can submit, he can clinch. Everything he does is pretty much perfect. Like I said, the only thing I think that I have a hard time come to grasp with is just his decision making when he's fighting. But you look who he's fought. Cub Swan. I mean, he lost to Cub Swanson. He's beat, you know, Anthony Pettis, I believe. I don't know if he's beat Anthony Pettis, but I feel he's fought everybody. He's fought almost everybody. He's been in the highest, the UFC for the longest time. And, you know, Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier. Oh, man, I mean, the list just goes on. Like, I'll have to literally pull up, you know, his record. He just destroys people, I feel like. God damn it. Why is this so fucking hard? Okay, I'm going to pull up his record. Like, he's just, I mean, you look at Murder's Row of who's he fought between Khabib. It's literally nowhere comparison of who he's fought compared to Khabib, and the people he's beat too. Like, that's another big thing. Like, it's not like he's going to decisions or anything like that. He's pushing the pace. And I like him more at 155 instead of 145. So let's look at this. Let's look at this gentleman's fucking record. So he was in the UFC since August 1st, 2010. Think about that. 2010. So this guy has been in the UFC for 13 years. He's beaten guys. You know, he's lost to Frankie Edgar. He's lost to Cub Swanson, which is kind of hard to believe when you think about it. He's lost to those guys when you look at where he's at now. But then again, that was back in 2013. So that was 10 years ago when he lost to these guys. But then he goes on a nice long win streak, beats Andy Olga, Hatu Hoyoki, Jeremy Stevens, Nick Lentz, then loses to Max Holloway. He injured his esophagus in the first round. Then he comes back and beats Miles Jury with a guillotine choke. Then he loses to Anthony Pettis via guillotine choke. Then he loses to Ricardo Lamas via guillotine choke. Beats Will Brooks. Comes back to Paul Felder, TKO. Now that's where he goes on a long win streak. Beats Gagos, beats Jim Miller, beats David Timmer, beats Nick Lentz, beats Jared Gordon, Kevin Lee, Tony Ferguson, Michael Chandler, Dustin Poirier, Justin Gaethje, then loses to Islam Makhachev, and then he beats Benel Dariush. Damn. I mean, he's a workhorse. Like, he's an absolute workhorse. All right, here we go, boys. This is one of the fights. each time Charles fights, I always watch his fight. Like, he's probably one of my favorite fighters to watch right now in the world, along with Islam. But I like Charles' style better. Here he goes. Right away, he crossed that distance, starts fighting. He loves to get in there cross distance. He has that old school shooter box style. But see, when he stands there, he got hit right there with that right hand. Good countering back and forth. But see, this is what one of the things that Charles does so well is that he stays right in front of you and forces you to fight. Forces you to fight. Islam's doing a good job of controlling the distance and staying super, what's the word I'm looking for? Super technical. Beautiful takedown. Charles grabbed the body lock and went down to the ground. Islam countered and on the ground. And Charles's grappling is so damn good. But so is Islam. He has more of a wrestling style. Wrestle sambo. Lots of pressure. Going for the triangle choke. Just very, very active guard here. Very active guard. Nice elbow. Yeah, like, and I know Charles' ground game has saved him in his past fights when he fought Justin Gaethje and when he fought Dustin Poirier, because both those guys dropped Charles Oliveira, but they did not follow up into following his guard because they're so worried about his guard. They told him to stand back up, and when he got back up, he ended up knocking both those guys back down. See, one of the things I love to see Charles do is create distance, get his frames, get Islam's head off him, because right now Islam can do this all day. They're just smashing. That's what they do well. They smash like that. He's doing a good. That's what he should be doing the whole entire time, is forcing him to get him up, get him off me. Looks at pass, go to the legs, trying to go to the legs. He's going low, and he's going invert, going for the legs. See what I mean? Beautiful fucking jiu-jitsu. Now they're in the clinch game. And that's the thing. Both these guys, they fight all areas. See, this is why I think Charles is on my list higher than Khabib, because he will go here and fight. Like the ground game he just did, he tried to go to legs. Islam jumped up, and then as he went to legs, he took it back, and then now they're in a clinch game. And Islam's there too. Beautiful throw by Islam. Like, I think skill wise, like upcoming, like these two are probably like the highest like level of skill. Look now, see, he should have, if I was Charles, I would have pushed his face when he made that transition to that side. I'll do it slow this time. Okay, he gets here. Okay, so his hips right now are at a good angle. Look at his hips. Here's his hips right here. Here's Islam's hips right here. So he has his angle. So I would have kept pushing his head this way and brought this leg this way for omoplata. That way, because his hips they're not aligned. Right now, Charles' hips are in a better position to be able to take advantage of this position that Islam's in. But Islam makes the correction and brings his hips back this way to bring these two hips back aligned. So that's the one thing that I felt like Charles could have done better, is kept on pushing that head to be able to get the omoplata. But he doesn't. He tries to right here. He tries to, but then Islam adjusts his hips. Now they're squared. Nah, they're still not square. They're still kind of off angle, but he doesn't. He stops moving. So now they're squared. But see, this is where Islam thrives right here. Puts him against the cage. Like, this is just draining Charles's gas tank. Just draining it. And this is something that Charles is going to have to battle again when he fights Islam, because Islam is going to take him down, get him down here again, and he's going to wear and tear on him and just grind him out. See, Charles doing a good job of creating some space, open the guard, Because when my guard is closed, I can't get any frames. When my guard is open, I can start getting frames in front of, in between us. Yeah, I would, if I was Charles, I would open my guard, force him to either go left and right and get my back off the cage. Because he'll stay there all day and just smash. See, frames, get frames. Don't hold on. When I hang on like this, when he does it right there, boom. When he does this, this helps him. No way. All this does, this part right here, all this does is keeps Islam's chest down on him. It serves no purpose whatsoever. Only purpose it serves is to keep Islam from posturing up to punch me in the face. But in reality, I want Islam to posture up, because when he postures up, he's got to posture up. Then I can let go of my guard. This X, let go of that. Bring this knee across us, a knee shield, which is going to give me the opportunity to get some space to be able to get the hell out of there. But doing this overhook does nothing. He's better off allowing Islam to posture up and they get a frame in there to be able to get up. Right there. See, he still has the guard. There's a guard still. Open that guard up and allow him, force him to pass. But see, he has that same overhook. And Islam's hips are still squared with his. Now he's smashing. See, but you see the difference? You see the difference when he opens his guard up? How, and granted, Islam's trying to pass, but he opens his guard up. Now there's space between them. Now, all Islam weight is not on top of Charles, right? It's not on top of Charles. Look at look at Habib. He's like, yes, smash. So I had to do that. That was hilarious. Okay. And then, yes, then he's right back in the guard. But look at the position he is now. Now he almost has a triangle, right? So we know Islam wants to come down into his guard. If he opens his guard up and postures, maybe he might fall into it. So let's do a replay. Good left hand, right hook, boom. And that's the thing about Islam. He's going to take the fight to Charles, right? Like Charles does. Charles takes the fight to his opponent. So right now you have a dogfight. You have two very good athletes fighting back and forth for position and strikes and all that stuff. But I would love to see Charles keep his guard open, force Islam to pass, right? Islam's not going to try to pass when your guard is closed. You'll stay there and just ground and pound you. You open your guard, Islam's like, oh, his guard's open. I'm going to try to go over to the right or left. When he does that, shut one side down and force him to go to one side and look to counter and get up. All right, here we go. Round two. Look, Charles goes right back in front of him. Right back in front of him. No, there's that kick, lead kick, good. Said he wants that pop, pop, pop. He wants to have that fight right here. Because Charles believes he can win this fight right here. He believes he can win this fight. Tries to go over the throat. Bad idea. I would not try to throw those guys. I would fucking throw them. They live and breathe and eat that shit, dog. And this is right here. This part of the fight, Islam is going to survive here. This is their bread and butter. They live here. They live and breathe and eat here, and they get stronger each time they get in this position, right? And he's got that body lock. So See that hand right there? That's on his hip. That hand needs to get on his face. Get on Islam's face to fight for that. What's it called? To fight for that head position. Yep, there you go. Oh, he was doing it. Right, another thing here they go. There's the knees. Right, and he goes right back on. If you see, Islam doesn't retreat all the way. He stays there. He keeps Charles back on the cage. Right. Typically, you know, his last couple opponents he's fought prior to this point, Charles, Dustin, and Justin, they would totally disengage because they never wanted to live and fight there. Where Islam will live and buy a fucking penthouse in the clinch game. That's where they are strong. When I mean they, Islam, Abubakar, Habib Nurmagomedov, the other Nurmagomedov that's in Bellator, they live in that area. They're so good there. Now Charles looks a little bit slower now. I feel like he has a blood pump in his arms. And he's stopping right in front of Islam after every combination. Instead of pop, pop, move. Pop, pop, move. There's a slugfest. Not slugfest, a shootout. So now he's just trying to find his opportunity to go in. Nice 2-3. And see, Charles has got to get more busier here, right? Charles has got to get this jab going right here, get his eyes busy. He is orthodox versus southpaw. He has his lead leg. This lead leg can come here, land the body kick, get Islam's hands busy. If he was to do that, yes, he can be taken down, but at least you're getting his hand busy. You keep going here, then you go high to the head, but you got to mix those hands up. The hands staying here, Islam sees that all day. He's just got to get something going on here. Just something nice and light. Nothing that's going to overextend you. Just something nice and light. Like I like to call it playing the drums. Right? When you're playing the drums, when I'm trying to get something going, I'm just going like this. Just nice and easy. And then wham! Then I change the cadence of my rhythm to throw something in there. That's what I would love to see Charles do coming in this next fight. Right? Just put it out there. Put it out there. It's a safe move for you to do. Putting your hands out there, the jab. But now, you see the head movement looks good. Now you see he's starting to recover a little bit. See, now he's trying to close that distance. Right there was this is what I mean by very bad decisions. Is that this whole entire time, Islam's never thrown he's never done a shot. So typically when you do double flying knee or you do any flying knee, you want to jump into them, not jump up, right? So he does this weird flying knee right here, right? And it almost landed, but it just, I think in the second round, I just don't think there was a right option. It was a right choice to do, because when he did that, it exposed him and that left hook landed and he's on one foot, I believe. And he gets, he's on both feet. He gets hit clean and he drops. Now, in the past, when this happens, because Dustin's dropped him and Justin Gaethje's dropped him, they go here and they back up. Islam did not do that. Islam followed him down to the ground and passed his guard. There, passes the guard, grabs the arm triangle, almost passes his guard. And sometimes I feel Charles breaks in the fight. Like I feel like he just tapped it already. Like I feel like he just breaks. Where I felt like if he hit it, he didn't try to, do anything. He didn't do any knee shield. He's just like, I felt like that was his last card. Like they fought and they got in a grappling exchange. Islam was there. Any time the fight, wherever the fight went, Islam was still there fighting. There was adversity on the feet, adversity on the ground, adversity in the clinch game. And I felt typically when Charles fights, he beats everybody in those areas. So when he fought Islam was like, nah, dog, I'm here with you. I'm not going anywhere. I drop you, I follow you. So that's what I mean by Charles making mistakes, where it's like he's like, ah, fuck, I'm gonna throw a flying knee, see if it's gonna land, instead of like, just throw your jab out there, force him to shoot, force him to make a bad mistake, because Charles was making all of the bad mistakes in the fight. But beautiful fight. I cannot wait for the rematch, because these guys are at the highest level. They're probably at their peak as athletes in mixed martial arts, that they're so good at everywhere that it's probably my favorite fight I'm looking forward to in 2023. So, boys, that is your breakdown. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you like, subscribe. Also, hit the bell to go live. I know this was a long breakdown, but the breakdown's so long because I'm very passionate about these two guys, because they're very, very, very good. Very good. Like, when my kids, I tell them, I was like, you want to, this is why you do jiu-jitsu, to have a sick ground game like Charles Oliveira. So, all right, boys, I'm out.